This is your announcer, Shannon Saint Mainframe, welcoming you to our IP Livecast. Rob's travels brought him to Daytona Beach this week. There's no truth to the rumors that Rob was appearing on the latest edition of Bros Gone Wild. Pro tip: if you stay wild, you don't have to go wild. Our IP Livecast starts now.
Thank you, Shannon. That's right. I'm definitely not on Bros Gone Wild. Not sure if that even exists.
But are you wild, like in general?
No, pretty mellow right now. Pretty chill.
I think there was. I don't know. I don't think it was called Bros Gone Wild, but there was a male version.
There was.
Gay soft.
Was it just Guys Gone Wild?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I remember it being in the store that I worked at. I don't think it was from the same makers of Girls Gone Wild. It was like just a knockoff, like to cash in on the popularity of it.
Darren, did you ever see the Brooklyn-centric version called Goyles Gone Wild?
No. What would that look like? Fuck.
It's just that girl from that Brooklyn Goyles music video. Oh no, Rob!
No.
What is?
I thought
Guys Gone Wild. It looks like the
coming
same
in
logo
hot.
too.
It does. It's definitely.
So
there's no way in hell.
Bacon.
No way in hell this was ever targeted towards. No, you know what? I bet you that's a real porn. That doesn't look like this. Looks like a real porn. This doesn't look like they found ambient, like just gay guys hanging around and shot them like the way the Girls Gone Wild was. Right? Come on. Looks like a porno cover.
I mean, so did the Girls Gone Wild ones, sort of.
No, I feel like they look like the whole appeal of that series was that you're seeing girls in a club or something and they made them just whip their tits out. And this is more like a coordinated pornography. I
think it's just photoshopped that way. Like it's just random dudes who took their shirts off, but they just crowded them all together on the box cover. So it looks like there was a police lineup of dudes ready to take their nuts out of their pants.
Some of the guys do look like recognizable gay porn stars.
Even still, like I just feel like also they look like models. You know, they don't look like
regular folk.
Yeah.
That whole series was such a product of its time.
That's
I feel the late 90s, and it was so huge. It was so huge and like almost celebrated in a weird way. Like it's not like they were getting Academy Awards, but you would see.
What a snub.
Were they AVN eligible? Do we know?
No, I'm not sure.
Count?
I don't think.
But I do remember there were celebrities in on it. Like there was like a Snoop Dogg one.
Oh yes, that's right.
And then there were like parties that they would have.
Martha Stewart had one. It was crazy.
And then I feel like at one point people were like, "Hey, this is very demeaning to women. Let's stop." Oh, also he got kind of arrested on like revenge porn or harassment or something.
No, I think it was that some of the girls were 16 and younger. I think. And
that's what it was.
One of their parents sued or something. And then I think his whole defense, if I remember correctly, was like, "Hey, I don't know. I'm pointing that camera at. What do you want me to do here? I'm just in the club. Why are they in there, right?"
Yeah, blame the bouncer.
Here's what it was. In 2003, the U.S. Department of Justice filed a complaint against Girls Gone Wild, alleging that the company failed to notify customers when they purchased subscriptions under a continuity program rather than single DVDs. So that was their scam.
I was a victim of that.
You call, like they would do these late night infomercials and you think you're buying one DVD, but they just keep charging you recurringly. And that's how they made their money. And then people would have to call and cancel. And I guess they'd be so embarrassed by seeing they wouldn't make such a stink about it.
Somewhere in like Teaneck, New Jersey, there's a guy with a whole garage full of girls going, well, they haven't stopped sending them. They're still sending them every week.
It's in 2004, Girls Gone Wild settled for $1.1 million and agreed to disclose all terms and get consent for recurring charges. In 2006, Girls Gone Wild marketer MRA Holdings pleaded guilty to charges for failing to record the ages of subjects in 2002 and 2003.
Naughty.
And then In 2008, a woman filed against Joe Francis, who was the owner, and other defendants claiming that she was filmed without her consent. But then Francis released footage of her consent. In 2008, a woman claimed she was filmed without consent, and a contractor removed her halter top at a St. Louis bar. The jury found that she consented. On retrial, the jury awarded the woman $5.77 million after the defense failed to show at court.
Damn.
On appeal, the judge upheld the verdict.
Were they shooting another porn video?
Yeah. In March 2008, 4 women claimed that they suffered emotional distress by being shown in Girls Gone Wild.
Sure.
An all-female jury declined to award damages to the plaintiffs. Wow. So this was in 2008, and then it took till 2011 for that to happen.
That's lawyers smart
for women who don't support women.
Yeah, they probably went after the women like they feel most likely to be judgmental of other women too. Like, this one, no, she's gonna be sympathetic. No, fuck her, get rid of her.
Sad.
In 2013, they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. R.I.P. A Girls Gone Wild.
And then in 2014, that guy started lambgoat.com. He's doing great now. Same guy? No, Rob?
No, different guy.
No.
Hashtag RIP a legend.
Do you find like kinship with Joe Francis is like he took the babe of the day to the next level? Like you passed the torch to him. And
kinship? He hates his guts. Stole my fucking idea.
No, Rob.
I'm such a dumbass. I had it just in one corner of a screen. I could have had I could have been the Girls Gone Wild emperor.
I could have been a contender.
There's still time. Go to the beach with your cell phone today, Rob. See what you can see.
Maybe, yeah. I did go to Daytona. I'm here in Orlando this week for the pro wrestling pay-per-view, All Elite Wrestling Revolution, and I have a few days to kill.
Do you think there's time? It has enough time elapsed where it's time for a Girls Gone Wild reboot?
Well, it's been 10 years. Maybe it is. Yeah, maybe it is time. Maybe now with you could play into like cancel culture can't stop a good party.
Yep.
It's Girls Gone Wild.
They tried to bury Girls Gone Wild. Now nips are back.
What would be the gritty reboot of Girls Gone Wild? How would we make Girls Gone Wild gritty?
It would be Robert Pattinson going around with a camera telling girls.
It would just be wild. It wouldn't be Girls Gone. It would just be wild. Or the Girls.
But what would the show be? What would make it grittier besides the name change?
Just do it. I don't know. Yeah,
it would be like an alcoholic cop going to strip clubs and bars, and he hates what he's doing, but he just needs to make money, and then uncovers a crime in the process of getting girls to take their tits out.
Okay. I like that. I think there's some potential there.
Dusty Rhodes Muffler asked, "What happened to the guy that started Is Anyone Up for the youngins? Is Anyone Up?" It was kind of crazy to think about, but like in the early aughts, this guy basically created a site where people would submit other people's nudes, like, hey, this musician sent me nudes, or hey, this whatever sent me nudes.
You should clarify, Rob, that it was like geared towards exposing celebrity nudes.
Yes, and essentially,
not like people.
They defined a new law, which is the anti-revenge porn law, because a lot of this was revenge. Like people would break up and then they would send their famous ex-lovers nudes to Is Anyone Up, and then anyone would see them, and it was a very weird time. It was like a very people, I guess, were shamed for even having nudes. I guess where it's like now it's. Were accepted, and essentially, so the government created laws against this because of this website, and the
fucking overreach.
Hunter Moore.
This is the thing you care about. This is
where I draw the line.
This is your bailiwick.
She was good. Her pictures on that site were great. Bailiwick, you remember her?
Bailey was great.
She was on the Gritty 90210 reboot.
Her wicks were very nice.
So. The FBI started an investigation, and then he pleaded guilty to felony charges. So I guess he was paying hackers to break into email accounts of victims and steal private photos.
Jesus Christ.
As well. and he pleaded guilty to felony charges for aggravated identity theft and aiding and abetting the unauthorized access of a computer. He did 2 years in prison. 2 years and 6 months in prison, and
this
then a
guy,
$2,000
what was
fine.
his name?
Hunter Moore.
He wasn't like this anonymous person behind this website. He very much put himself out front as like, I'm the dude running this. Here's
he was a regular Joe Francis.
He tried to like make a celebrity out of himself, and then it was very easy to prosecute him because they're like, yeah, your name's all over all this stuff, man.
I just want to chime in and say that I think it's very depressing that you have to explain to young people what Is Anyone Up is. Like that's how fast time is going by.
I remember we were doing this show when it was new, and we had to explain to people our age what Is Anyone Up is because it had just come out, and now we've come full circle.
Now those people are our age that are that have to. The old people have to explain it to the young people. I remember Sean being very much a fan of that website. He introduced it to the show, I think.
Was it him? It was either him or me. I was definitely also a fan of that website.
It may have been one of those where it's like Sid mentions it and then she's like, oh, yeah, man, I love that. Oh, my God. Oh, Anyone Up? Oh, man, I pumped out so much goo to that.
He probably submitted some pictures, too. In his old
of himself, though.
Oh, no.
He's like, oh, no, I've been revenge porn. Don't I look great?
That's when he swore off of it. Saw the light.
Also, in world news, the Ukraine-Russia drama is still going on.
Is that what it is? A drama?
It's a drama, honey. There is some drama. No, but
that's
Russia
the air raid siren.
Oh, it's funny
Russia
that they made it sound like that.
They keep bombing Ukraine and being like, "Why are you making me do this? We just want peace. We're Russia. We're very peaceful."
Let me tell you something. I was in the very Russian/Ukrainian part of Brooklyn the other day.
So you mean Brooklyn?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but there's more heavily concentrated parts. They are going ham, like removing Russia from signs and stuff.
Wow.
And like there was a place called a Taste of Russia, which was like a cafe / deli type place.
Okay.
Guy on a scaffold was taking the word Russia off of the sign. I don't know what they put up there. Taste of Ukraine. I mean, I don't know what the replacement is. It's still a Russian store. Everyone knows it's and it's not like the Russian people are bad. And normally my first reaction to that would be like, this is really stupid. Like the freedom fries thing in Iraq, the Iraq war. But I sort of stand by doing this in that case because these motherfuckers will come by and throw bricks through your window. Like lots of Ukrainians live in, and they're not going to be rational and go like, hey, I know Russian people. They're not Putin, They're just going to take a garbage can and throw it right through.
Has there been any of that you've seen or heard of like
no
actual physical altercations because of all this?
I'm too far removed from that neighborhood. I don't really live in Brighton Beach anymore, but it's close enough for me to go to stores and stuff, but I don't I'm not like in the everyday sort of cultural pool that I was before, but I haven't seen, luckily I haven't seen any violence. I went to another international food type store, which are typically run by Russians and Ukrainians alike. They live all over that area. So I went there and I get to the front to pay for whatever I bought, and they have these little flyers that they're handing out, and it's like, support Ukrainian businesses and send and donation, and like they have going all. I think it's like in a way it's good. I support that, but I think they're virtue signaling in a way, like so that you don't think this is a Russian store. I think is what I'm getting from that, because they're not. I mean, the owners of these businesses are not typically like that charitable. They're just kind of.
But they're Ukrainian. Most of the people I feel are from Ukraine in that area.
I could say this specific store I know for a fact is run by Russian people, like Russian from Russia, not like ex-Russian Ukrainian.
Well, they can't be that big a fan of Russia because they fucking left.
Right. No, I didn't mean to imply that they support what Russia's doing. I just meant I don't think they give a shit that much, and I think they're more like trying to tell the clientele that they're not on Putin's side. You know?
Honestly, with the way I know that Russian businesses and Russian folks in Brooklyn operate, I could see like all those businesses putting out like donation cups and stuff and then just pocketing it.
Oh no,
yo, for sure,
1000%.
Hey, where did the donations for that go, Vova?
Don't worry, be happy.
Oh, okay. I won't ask again.
I could also see like if you're actually a Ukrainian person in Brooklyn and you do that, I could see it being justified as like, well, it's going to a Ukrainian.
Yes,
I'm suffering emotional damage too. Why don't I get some money?
I was very hurt by those events that are going on right now in the Donbass.
This will pay for the long distance calls to my relatives that are actually suffering.
Those phone cards very expensive.
Oh my god. I get like 4 or 5 phone calls from my mom every fucking day, just like panic to 11 of, have you seen the latest Russia Ukraine stuff on CNN? And it's just like, she will not rest until I am as freaked out as she is.
Yeah, I don't.
It's daunting.
I understand.
And I just like I it's hard because I want to be there for her, but then I also want to be like, it's weird that you never were this freaked out about like all the other invasions and wars, like, you know, in the Middle East and Africa.
Right. Is she pro-Palestine or against?
No. She mentioned to me last week she saw that video of the Israelis protesting for Ukraine. And I pointed out, just like when we all discussed it, I pointed out isn't it weird that they're protesting on occupied territory against some other occupation? She's like, no, it's not the same.
It's like Harvey Weinstein
the same.
Protesting sexual harassment.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I always try to sort of push back with her and sort of make her a little bit more self-aware. Though, like, she's in her late 70s. It's probably a losing battle at this point, but it's hard to refrain from being the turd in her panic punch bowl.
But trying to enter her mind space a little bit. I mean, I'm trying to think of, and she's Belarusian, right? She's not from this area specifically, but it's the region, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm sure they have no real great feelings for Putin. But I think I'm trying to imagine if I moved to Aruba or something, and then the news came in that like Mexico or Canada is bombing New York City. You know what I mean? Like, what would I think that would take precedence over other world events. You know what I mean? Like, I understand her being like slightly hypocritical, or let's say biased about this, not caring as much about Yemen. You know, I could understand that, but you know, it is also the flip side of that is like, why didn't you care about? And that goes for a lot of people. Not picking on your mother. Like, I think there's like almost no attention paid to all the millions of like global South poor people that have just been like eradicated by very similar things. Just Russia had more firepower, and he's bombing white people. So it's big news, you know.
And then she's like, they should make a no-fly zone and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, so you want to start World War III then? You think that's going to make things better?
That's the crazy. I mean, we were talking, all three of us were talking about this off the air too, but they're like, just so I don't understand how you can be so casual and just be like, yeah, look, I think we need a no-fly zone. What do you think that means? That means American planes shoot down Russian planes. That's all that is. That's a no. What do you think happens next? What do you think Putin is going to do?
Yeah, because he's going to ignore that. And so either, yes, American planes shoot down Russian planes, or American planes don't do shit, and we're even more humiliated because he just proved that we won't do shit. Like, it's there's really no great options here.
Be happy.
Sorry. Do your no-fly zone. I will not touch.
Well, there's one person that thinks they figured out the solution.
Steven Seagal.
And it's not Steven Seagal. And here's why.
Oh no.
Here's why Vladimir Putin. What the problem is. Here, let Annalyn McCord solve everything.
Well, before you play it, wait, hold on. Who is she? Okay. Can you give us some background?
Wasn't she on the actual Gritty 90210 reboot? I think, right?
She's an actress.
Okay. Anti-human trafficking ambassador. That sounds promising. She sounds.
Does that mean she's a QAnon?
She's a steward of human rights? Okay, let's
I'm
go.
so sorry that I was not.
Wait.
Dear
Beautiful.
President Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry that I was not your mother.
What?
You're
If I was
12.
your mother, you would have been so loved, held in the arms of joyous light. Never would the stories plight the world unfurled before our eyes, a pure demise of nations sitting peaceful under a night sky. If I was your mother, the world would have been warm. So much laughter and joy, and nothing would harm. I can't imagine the stain,
Sarah,
the
you okay?
soul-stealing pain that the little boy you must have seen and believed, and the formulation of thought quickly taught
Beautiful.
that you lived in a cruel, unjust world. Is this why you now decide no one will get the best of you? Is this why you do not hide nor away shy from taking back the
Nor
world?
away
Was it
shy.
because so early in life, all
She's
that
Yoda.
strife wrapped your little body with fear.
This is
If
her
I
audition
was
for the next season of
your mother, if
Mandalorian.
the world was cold, I'd have died to make you warm.
Colonel
I'd
to
have died
Ukraine, you are being.
from the unjust, the violence, the terror, the uncertainty. I would have died to give you life. Oh, dear Mr. President Putin, if only I'd been your mother.
It's true. His mother was a
Perhaps
real cunt.
the
It's
torture of unwritten
why this all
would
happened.
not within your heart imbue a scripture to such fealty.
I keep hoping that like this video ends with like a bomb hitting her place and the whole
Oh.
room
Or
exploding.
just all of a sudden you see Putin walking up in the background with like a choke cord.
Say something now, Blair.
Yeah.
Love that only a mother can give and only a mother can take away.
Or the twist is
Oh.
he walks in and he
Yeah,
hears
well,
her
she
words and
doesn't
he's so
harm
moved
and-
that he calls off the tanks.
Yeah, like this is such a white person thing to do. Like, oh, if I just do this poem, this will put this out there, it'll be fine.
If
Well,
I
it's-
was Vladimir Putin, I would release a public statement saying, I will stop the invasion if this woman agrees to fly to Moscow and actually breastfeed me. Put your money where your mouth is. If you want to be my mom, I will stop. Let's go.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go. Do you really care?
Can make a Girls Gone Wild video out of it.
It's like
this
that Black Mirror where the politician has to fuck a pig.
right. Well, Putin's very attractive though. She may enjoy it. He's like an older, right? I mean, Rob, you're the expert on this
Rob,
now.
which dictators would Rob fuck?
Remove the cruelty and the anti-humanitarian.
He's not
Just
really
not
my
listening to
type,
that.
but I guess the power thing. I don't know.
What?
He looks
What?
like a Russian slob.
He's not a bear though. He's hairless. So what?
He's a daddy.
That is fair. You know, I think there's something like ruining the stew here because he's so Russian that may turn you off, right? Like you're so immersed in that from growing
I'm not a
up.
Putin guy, correct. Zelensky, not so bad, but Putin,
Who?
no.
Zelensky. Yeah.
What
That
if
was
you were at
another
the
thing.
bathhouse, Rob, and all of a sudden you look across the sauna
Mhm. And he's got
and
a.
there's a Vladimir Putin slowly opening his towel.
I'd probably
Fully
walk out.
erect.
Well, I would first look. I'd be curious, but then I'd walk out.
Rob's eyes glance down towards Putin's big Russian schwanz.
That's quite a missile silo there, sir.
Templar Shaft says, that's how you get him to stop. Make a diss video about what a horrible mother he has.
Sure.
And
Any
Dusty,
minute now.
Dusty Rose Buffalo says, this is the new Imagine video.
Well, there actually was a new Imagine video. Did you see there was a guy playing
Really?
Imagine? It was like the Ukrainian immigrants fleeing to Poland, were like flooding into Poland, and this guy was just playing Imagine in the town square, like to welcome all of them to Poland from Ukraine. I was like, you can't like really make fun of this anymore. Like the whole joke is that you know celebrities are doing it, and it's just a song that immediately crops up whenever there's a crisis or something. It's just so cliche.
Do we think Putin was a Beatles fan?
You know, that era, the Beatles were very popular in Russia. I remember like the stories were always like the two things that were being smuggled into Soviet Russia were like Blue Jeans and
Oh, yeah.
Beatles records.
Oh yeah, my mom's definitely talked to me about that. Do you think it's possible that it took this long for Putin to start the Ukraine invasion because he was still getting through that Beatles Get Back documentary? He just
I just finished
kept having
that
to pause.
right before my
See?
trip. It's
See?
forever.
It's
But you know
great.
what? I have to say, the first.
Go ahead. Oh,
The
so
first
much.
hour.
So, sorry. So much footage, bled, I've never seen before. Sorry, Rob.
That's kind of how, like, when I started watching that, I was like, geez, 6 hours of this. The Beatles documentary, not the Ukrainian war.
Yeah, 6 hours.
6 hours. Yeah, 6 hours. This is like, can I get a best of? But then, like, by the end of it, I was like, man, I could have done another 6 hours. Like, you really get immersed in their process, and it's really interesting to see how the whole thing evolves and how they write their songs. And the album that came out of those sessions was really, really good. Let It Be.
Mm-hmm.
And what's so wild is that they didn't even put it out after this. They went and recorded another album, put that out, and then revisited these songs that they spent a month on, and then like released that.
I was a George, Robert. What were you?
George is the Ukraine of the Beatles.
George Harrison is my guy.
That's
Definitely.
great. We get along on something. Hold on, got to do something.
Also, I grew a lot of respect for Ringo. I always felt like while he wasn't necessarily the best drummer, he was a really good musician. He knew how
musician.
Yeah, he knew how to play to what the other guys were trying to do, and like not be in the way.
I would say not that it's the best music, but I enjoy Ringo Starr's solo work better than
it's fun.
The other three. It's just good, catchy pop music.
Yeah.
George Harrison has the introspective, like, you know, I think George Harrison is the best musician, but Ringo Starr's solo shit is so fun.
And there's that scene in the documentary where he farts.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh my god.
Also, it was interesting to watch John Lennon be human. You know, like he's just
he's like a Jesus figure.
Yeah, exactly.
Western
like
culture.
You forget that he was a person, and then like you just see him goofing around, and like even like the whole thing with Yoko ruined the band. Like they were having jam sessions with Yoko. It was really cool. It was like Paul, John, and Yoko just they're jamming and she's yelling. It was fun to watch.
There was some video where they were performing on some show. I can't remember what it was, but they're like, was it with Chuck Berry? I don't know. It was with some blues, like, or rock and roll blues guy, famous guy, and they're doing some like classic rock and roll song, and they're on some talk show, like doing this song. I can't remember what it is. And it's just Yoko Ono's like kind of just screaming in the corner, like, and they're all looking at her like they're waiting for her to do her part so that they could get back to doing the song correctly.
And then Chuck Berry turns to her and he's like, I can't kiss you, Yoko. You got piss on your face.
Sorry, mate. We had a little session before.
She's a performance artist. It was part of her latest installation.
You're into what you're into?
Called Taking the Piss.
Well, I want to present... Oh, go ahead.
I'm done.
I want to present the next new musical wonder of the world. It's from who what's this? Who's it? Randy Zuckerberg is the girl.
Related to Mark?
I'm not sure. She is a Broadway actress.
Oh,
she
no.
says, a year ago, I sang this song on a decade ago, I sang this song on Broadway. Today, I sing this song surrounded by new friends as a rallying cry for the women of Web3.
Can you explain what Web3 is?
Web3 is like a catch-all for crypto and NFTs. Like that's kind of what they're talking about. So be ready for the song of a lifetime.
Oh, I can't wait. If only Putin had a mother. Oh.
We're all gonna make it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we're all gonna make it. We're all gonna make it. Everyone.
This rocks. Women rock.
It's just the start, so GM. Carpe your crypto DM. BYOR and pick a coin.
I was.
BTD.
Oh, sorry.
What do you say?
I was gonna say the punchline to this should be a sanitation truck just comes down the street. They're standing in the middle.
The difference. Our planet and we'll flip it. HODL and we'll all join. We're all gonna make it. Yeah, we're all gonna make it. We're all gonna make it. Everyone.
I sure hope we make it because we have no other discernible talent.
Who is this guy? What's happening?
He's the dummy that doesn't understand crypto. And
He's
like,
the oppressive man in the crypto world. That they're like, no, we could do crypto without you.
oh, is it that? I thought he's like the
I don't know.
dad in the Twisted Sister video that's like against all of this stuff.
You're giving this way too much credit.
If things go right.
Oh, wow, so much energy.
I know she is bigger than the Toshi. So fire him up and hold on tight.
Oh, they had to hit every single thing.
What does ATH stand for?
I don't know. I meant like they had to hit even the bridge of the song. I don't know
Yeah.
what ATH is.
Rob, do you
All
know?
of this ATH is it's a symbol. It's a crypto that you
Is
could
it?
buy called
Yeah.
Atheos.
Oh,
Yep.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of crypto. Well, there's ETH, certainly Ethereum, but there's a lot of like crypto inside terms here in the song.
Fight, yeah! Like hell! Yeah! We'll hold! Yeah!
We'll hold.
Sell!
Don't sell your crypto. You got to hold it.
Just hold it and never use it for anything and just let it sit there.
We're all gonna make it! LFG! We're all gonna make it!
Who is this
Sweep
for?
the goddamn
Exactly.
floor!
Women
I have
who
no
might
idea.
be scared about getting into the crypto scene.
and this is going to be the thing that pushes them over the edge to do it?
Well, she thinks so. I mean,
oh my
she thinks
God.
Here we go.
this is rocking.
I've been thinking about a fun way to explain crypto jargon to newcomers.
Using
All
a
the
40-year-old
acronyms-
song.
Yeah, all the acronyms and phrases can feel super intimidating at first. Hopefully, this video is a fun 2-minute crypto lingo 101 lesson that speaks to the spirit of women in Web3.
Does she actually
Ugh.
explain what any of this stuff means, or is she just saying the names?
No, she's just saying
So
the
what-
names. and
Yeah,
hold
so
them.
what is she? What's the lesson?
You
Just
do
here's
you want
the-
to do you want to
word?
do everything, Sid? Just go look it up. Rob, please put that graphic back up because the first reply to that is someone in Ukraine living in a
Oh,
bunker
no.
saying how this just made my day worse.
I'm in a bunker and this made my day worse.
Imagine. Please, Putin, bring one of your bombs so that I can die peacefully and not listen to this song anymore.
Uh-oh. Nice one, Randy. Don't let the gatekeepers keep you down. They hate women in rock.
Who said that? That person has a check mark. Who
Yeah.
are they?
It's Josiah Hughes.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, I think, well, based on the people who follow him, I'm pretty sure he's being sarcastic.
Oh, okay.
Hmm. What is-
Oh, there's a dude version of the crypto. Let's see it.
Oh, isn't this the real video? Oh, I see.
Oh.
Look, it's called "We're All Gonna Make It." They did.
Final Destiny. Jeez.
This is like sounds like Joseph Goebbels.
Yeah.
The U.S.
Oh no, you're so
to death camps.
Oh, Biden.
What is mooning?
Yeah.
There's just so much to process. It's like I don't need a fucking explainer. You know what I mean? Just get to the point.
But can you buy that song as an NFT, Rob? That's the real question.
Yes, I just right-clicked and saved it. I own it.
Ah,
I own that video.
you're definitely gonna make it.
I'm gonna make it. I right-clicked and saved it. I have a question. So, what is the thought process behind trying to get youngish people, I assume, with some money, disposable income, to buy cryptocurrency and NFTs by using a song that came out in 1981. What is the? Does anyone watching this? What percentage of this audience knows that song? Maybe some younger-ish people know it from it being played at sports games and stuff. But like, no, you know what I mean? Like a hardcore Twisted Sister fan either already put 75% of their income into cryptocurrency or don't have any fucking money to begin with. So like, what? You know, they're on a stipend from the SSI.
This is the ungritty reboot. They're not gonna take it.
All that grit that was in Twisted Sister, they just vacuumed it right out.
Yep.
And it's now a Broadway musical. I hope Dee Snider doesn't get any ideas from this and try to like do a Billy Joel review show, a Green Day like a Broadway show.
Well, I believe their music is in Rock of Ages. It's already been Broadwayized.
Oh, but what? Like a couple of songs, right? Rock of Ages is like 30 different bands, though, right?
Yeah, it's not all Twisted Sister.
Wait, apparently, that lady is Mark Zuckerberg's sister.
No way.
Yeah, I'm on loudwire.com.
But she has so much life and energy, unlike him.
And I think maybe Dee Snider called the cover dog shit.
Well,
he couldn't believe it has millions of views. He also said that Randy did not get the go-ahead to make the cover and that the band's legal team is exploring their options.
Good. When you're right, you're right. I'm not always in agreement with Dee Snider, but when you're right, you're right.
It's parody, though. I don't think there's much to explore. What were you going to say, Sid?
Someone tweeted at Dee Snider saying like how crazy it is that it has so many views. And Dee Snider replied, right? That Randy Zuckerberg dog shit has 2.5 million views, and my new video Stand has 75,000. WTF? Oh, D.
You put yourself on a T, D.
Yeah, a little too much information there, D.
It almost seems like begging people to go watch his video in a way. You know?
Yeah, right? Did he include the link? Let's see. He did. He did, in fact, include the link. Just trying to boost those.
That's good marketing, though.
It's good marketing, but it's like it's a good attempt, I guess. But it's just sort of like begging for attention. You know, you're just underlining the fact that people like this dog shit more than your real.
Yeah, exactly. Poor D.
To be fair, I feel like a lot of those views for this come from it being spectacularly awful.
Yeah,
sharing it with their friends. You know, while Twisted Sister probably is just very. I haven't heard it, but I'm sure it's just mediocre and whatever.
Yeah. He's probably lucky that video doesn't have more views.
Yeah, it would be passed around like Randy's video.
Yeah, exactly.
Ridiculed. Rob, did you freeze?
I'm here.
Hi, Rob.
Hello.
You sent me a link for another music video this week. Do we want to?
Yes. So I went and I hung out with, I'm in Orlando this week, and I hung out with the great Jason Sukoff, Audio Hammer Studios.
Sukoff, yeah. Right?
Yeah.
You say that to him every time you see him?
He mentioned to me that his dad would tell him that their last name is a not very flattering curse in Russian.
Well, it's not a very flattering curse in English either. Suck off.
Well, Sukoff.
I know, but what would the kid on the second grade bus say? He would say, "Your name is Jason Suckoff."
Well, the man has quite a serious YouTube game, and he gave me a song that, like, I instantly was reminded of Queen of Vagina.
Whoa!
But with better production value for the video.
Wow, that's hard to accomplish.
And what was so interesting is that he never heard of Queen of Vagina, and then I played her for him, for Jason, and he was blown away.
Is he gonna record a new album?
He might. He really dug those beats, and he knows a thing or two about that stuff.
He's gonna cover "Shaky, Shaky, 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 Bum Bum."
I played the song I played for him, or one of them that I played was "Mrs. Obama is a Whore," And then like the last 2 days, just in my head, I just have I am a dick sucker. I am a dick sucker.
Only for the last couple days you've had that in your head.
Well, that hook specifically. Here we go. I coochie, my coochie. The best.
Well,
So
why
with
isn't
that
she
in
on
mind,
Cameo?
oh my god, I would be buying one every
She
week.
would make so much money.
So this one is from a girl named Amy Baby.
A woman, Rob, please. She's not 12.
Okay, this is from a woman named Amy Baby.
Is that really how you say it?
I think so. How would you say it?
My guess would be Bobby, but I could be wrong.
I think it's pronounced bibimbap. Let's not be culturally insensitive.
Delicious. She does not look delicious. Like bibimbap is. Korean
Oh
food.
boy.
Oh, you haven't seen this?
You think I'm ugly, I don't care. You think I'm dumb, I don't care. You
Is
think
this
I'm
Iggy
fat,
Azalea?
I don't care. Bitch, I
This
make
is,
my
yeah,
money.
without the photo effects.
Party till I die, with my chin up high. Fuck 'em all, fuck 'em back. Twerk like it's my last day on this earth. Let the dollar make a work. People always hating, but the more they hate, the more I work. Everybody say they're lit, but all they do is showing shit. In my street, like
So
It's
for
like
the
if your
people
boy
listening,
bangs.
Rob, can you describe this young woman?
She looks like your
Sure.
typical, Norwegian type of blonde hair.
She's a ginger.
I guess ginger. Okay, blue-eyed. It's got wearing a tank top which has the like a Chinese rice box kind of design on it.
I'm sorry,
Like
Rob.
takeout design.
I have a very succinct one-sentence description of this woman. Exponentially far less attractive Noah.
I could see that.
Okay.
bitch, I can
No?
do what you fake as me.
Was
I
that
don't
wrong?
really see it.
That I had stopped. It was over. I
Like
had
same
dropped.
body
Bitch, I had
type,
my
same
place out
hair
here. I'm
color,
only
but
just at my start.
just
You will
not-
have to kill me to make me
Noah's
fucking
very
stop.
attractive, and she's not.
But also the better rapping skills than Noah, I would say.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Let's get back to this hook.
I was already dead again. You can hurt me, only God.
What is happening?
She's stuttering. She's
Is that her just pronouncing her last name?
Party till I die with my chin up high. I feel it's like almost like a Your Boy Bangs type hook,
Wait,
you know?
Rob, by the
Like-
way, the freeze frame, is there a way you could zoom in on the guy in the middle? Because is he shitting himself? What is
possibly.
happening?
Yeah, what is
going on? It's like Bobby Moynihan if he was dying.
Let's
What is
see.
happening?
Sid, you threw me for a loop. I thought you were gonna say zoom in on her upskirt.
Oh,
Very
why did you
visible.
even go back? Go back!
They go back to that shot anyway.
Party till I die with my chin up high. Fuck 'em all, fuck 'em back. Like it's my last day on this earth. Let the dollar make a work. I
There you
am scared
go.
of death,
Little
but
upskirt
I'll be your
action.
damnest deadest breath. All the drugs in your veins. I am blessed with the smartest brain.
Is that where you got
Her
drugs when
dad?
you were over there, Rob?
At my worst.
What's that?
Is that where you got drugs when you were over there? Does that place look familiar?
No, no, I did not.
You piece of scum, I'm supported from above. Your man in my
Scum
scum.
with a B.
Why you talking shit behind my
That's
back?
how you spell it in the
Sad.
Netherlands,
Make you
Sid.
look
Don't
like a little
judge.
bitch flathead. Your opinion, bitch, fuck that. What do I think of you? How I love in your face, bitch. If you only knew. Party till I die. With my chin up
She's
high.
got a stutter. It's like Joe Biden. Don't make fun, guys. This is very debilitating.
Twerk like it's my last day on this earth.
This is just catchy ass hooks.
How much do you think she had to pay all these black people to be in her video?
I don't. I think she went to wherever the projects that she's in and just said, we're going to shoot now. And she just.
This is her posse. These are her boys.
Yeah, they're definitely good friends of hers.
I love how it seems like she's not trying.
Seems like?
Yeah.
I also think they tried very hard to make this look like a rap video, like to make it look like a sort of a rough neighborhood, and it's
Uh-huh.
really just like a split level, like somebody's house, somebody's $250,000 house.
Yeah, it's probably her parents' house.
Mhm.
They're probably the ones who financed this whole project.
They try to make this look very urban, and it's just not working.
Yeah. Dusty Rhodes Muffler says Bangs released a new video. Is that true?
Well, let's see.
That's not going to get a copyright strike, is it?
I don't know.
I'm like half serious now.
Yeah,
I'm so
he did.
paranoid.
Take you to Starbucks.
Oh,
come on! You're not even trying anymore. He just every store he passes, he records a new song.
is it about?
Oh wait, no. There's also wait. So there's a few video videos because there's also your boy Bangs chilling.
Wait a minute, Rob. Wait a minute. Stop everything. For anyone who's listening only on audio right now, the thumbnail for the Starbucks video is that Bangs is bathing in Starbucks coffee, I think.
It looks like he's in sand.
I think he's bathing in coffee grounds and coffee and partially made coffee.
Let's give it a shot.
It is sad. You're right. But because it's Starbucks, I started thinking he was bathing in coffee.
That would have made more sense.
Should have. Well, yeah. What the fuck does this beach have to do with Starbucks? Maybe he just drinks sand and thinks it's Starbucks.
I feel like we might have heard this.
No, I think it's just the same song.
I don't mind what you say. Let me take you Starbucks, cause only $5. Let me take you Starbucks, cause only $5.
Where does Starbucks only cost $5?
Listen to how he's selling himself. Let me take you to Starbucks. That's a cheap date. It's only $5.
Wake up, shorty, I'm on my way. I got the food, focus one for you and next day. It's good to see you.
I got coffee in this cup. It's really just sand. Come to Starbucks with me.
Water.
Hold my hand.
You know I like that. All I'm missing now is good girl.
He's fully under.
Come with me, got a cup full of sand. That's what they sell at Starbucks in Sudan. Oh.
Starbucks every night. I had the beans with the girl on the logo last night. I look left because I know
This is making a sand angel. What the fuck?
as soon as I open the light. Good morning,
Oh, he looks like one of those 17-week-old cakes at the Russian store.
That's there.
What you want, cappuccino or latte or a hot chocolate? I don't mind what you say. Let me take you Starbucks, cause only $5. Let me take you Starbucks, cause only $5.
I mean, if you're a woman listening to this as a potential date, like he's your suitor, do you want to know the merits of how much money he's saving as he's taking you out?
Yeah, like, are you going to spend that savings also on me? Are you going to get a Scotty too then?
Well, maybe he's saying, "Let me take you to Starbucks. You're paying, but I've
I'm
chosen
saving
a
you
cheap."
money.
Yes, I'm saving you money for taking me out.
Son of a bitch.
It's just a culturally flipped in Sudan. Don't be insensitive, guys. That's just how it is there. It's like a reversed culture.
What's this?
Here's chilling.
I think this one we saw where he collabed with somebody. Oh no, this is a new one with the same people. I remember those names.
We're building upwards, coming to your side of town, spreading love all around. Know what you
Networking.
Want
He's
to,
got some American
when you
rappers
come
now.
through, always come true. True soul.
He's
really
got a
beat,
long
get
neck.
local. Skip
It's like
clear,
Merton
the beat,
Hanks.
he's the vocals. We're down
He
to
looks
hang
like
up
when they do the
bang,
anthropomorphic,
bang,
the
bang,
dish
bang.
ran away with the
Gang,
spoon.
gang,
Looks
can
like
bang,
a spoon.
bang, rearrange things and maintain. Change lanes, pick it up when you're down.
Let's connect
Hey,
four.
people see love on the main
Bangs was
line.
in the
I
shot
do
in the
my thing,
beginning
let's
for a
change,
second,
change
I
like
think.
mates, rates, go blah, go blah. Ask silly questions, oh nah, oh nah.
Bangs can't be there for the whole shoot. He's very busy. Comes in, does his verse, and he goes home.
And he makes a Starbucks run.
He's working at Starbucks. That's why he has the employee discount. That's why it's so cheap.
Yeah.
$5.
He's not even in this.
What do you get, a shot glass for $5 now?
Oh, here we go.
Pass my drink cause I need that sip so I can wait on them hits. They already know my name when I pass by. All eyes on banks, I stay so
Not
bad.
feeling
If
it.
you guys wanna drink, make that
Trash
order.
it.
I'll pay for that cause I got you back. They call me freak cause I like to speak. This rap suckers wanna mess with my
This is the most coherent rap he's had, though.
It's a little.
Because there's
yeah,
other
it's
people in the
totally-
room that he actually has to look professional, so it's not his own project.
It just doesn't have the Bangs aesthetic. It's like, I feel like his I'm not even. This is not an ironic statement. I think his real work is musically competent. I mean, his raps aren't, but like his hooks and how he integrates his singing into the hook is actually decent. And this is just boring, like ambient music.
Banks is getting lazy in his old age. Very sad.
Well, the content choice is the laziest of the. I can't think of a lazier. Like literally, it's the same song over and over and over again. Like he needs a writer. He's halfway. He has some kind of like talent for music. I feel, but he can't write songs. If someone
Rob,
would
are you okay?
yeah, passed out for a second. If
That's
someone
how
would
bored
just-
Rob is by the new Banks song.
Well, it's boring. It's very
Yeah.
boring. And the collab is boring. I like the Starbucks one. That was a little catchy. But yeah, he needs a writer. Just get you know all these people. Let one of them write your songs and then do your Bangs thing with it.
What if Queen of Vagina wrote for him?
Imagine him singing about his pussy. And
Yeah, that would be amazing.
men are stupid and I don't even respect them. Yeah. We have the new Bang song. Hold on.
Oh. He could be the new Lil Nas X.
Yeah. He loves Obama's cock. What do you want me to tell you?
Yeah. It's delicious.
Oh, have you sampled?
I just assume.
Would you eat some Obama's cock haladiets?
Oh my god. How would that work? Would it be like cut up like sausage pieces in it? Or it's like him standing there just holding a thing of haladiets that he's stuck his dick into?
Like dick in a box.
popcorn with yeah.
Dick in a haladiets.
How does this work?
I think they would do to it whatever they do to the chicken. They just shred it. You know, it's like shredded pieces of cock.
So it's like all bloody and stuff in there, or has the blood been drained previous?
I mean, I'm sure they do it. They do a great job with the culinary processing of it.
Who's the they that you're speaking of?
The Ukrainians who make the haladiets. Now, would you consider that a justification for war crime and inflicting haladiets on the world?
So wait, we're blaming the Ukrainians for this?
Yeah, I don't,
I thought
don't
it was
know.
a Ukrainian. I'm joking, obviously, but I thought it was a Ukrainian thing.
I will say, if the Ukrainians are trying to get NATO to help them, taking Barack Obama's cock, chopping it up, and putting it in a food item is not a good way to go about that.
Oh, I just meant inventing haladiets, not just.
It's a very provocative act, Darren. This is not the time for such provocations.
It's true. NATO eastward cock chopping expansion is not. That should be a war crime.
Haladiets is a war crime.
Yeah, it is. It's like not quite Zyklon B in the showers, but it's like right. It's the next tier down, making people eat that. Could not just. Let's just say this for the record: not just making people eat it, convincing them that it's a delicacy. That's the biggest lie the devil ever told was making people believe that haladiets was acceptable. It's manufactured haladiets consent.
I'm glad that you guys tried haladiets 6 years ago, and you're still ranting about
traumatic
the pain of it.
Hitler learned the hard way by losing. You don't force the haladiets down the people's throat. You make them think they like it. That's how you really get them.
Dusty Rhodes Buffalo says force feeding haladiets is like waterboarding. Oh, that's right. So yeah, I mentioned I went to Daytona Beach yesterday. I'm here in Orlando. I'm a beach body.
What?
Let's
like
see.
to be on the
Let's
beach.
see the beach body. Come on.
No.
All right.
No. No, I wanted to check out the beach. And when they call Orlando Central Florida, that is not a lie. That is not a misnomer.
What does that mean? There was no water around you?
Yeah, it's very like it's a schlep to the beach. So Daytona Beach is on the Atlantic Ocean side, and my friend told me that like the better beach is Clearwater Beach, but that is 2.5 hours away. And I'm not going to be spending 5 hours in a car just to go to the beach for like 2 hours. You know,
I can relate to that because I feel Everyone has always told me, and in my life, the best beach in New York to go to recreationally is Orchard Beach, which the locals call Chocha Beach because it's like supposedly full of like supermodel quality women and in bikinis and stuff. And it's also a nice beach and it looks into like Long Island Sound and all that stuff. But again, like you said, it's like 2 hours away. It's like an hour at least by car and like an hour 45 if there's traffic. So it's all the way up in the Bronx. So I definitely relate to that. I have been there.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
So I figured Daytona Beach. On the way there, it was like an hour. I was like, I could do that. On the way back, an hour and 40 because of the traffic. It was brutal. But it was interesting. It was definitely different vibes. Because it's
Different
like by
than
the
Brighton, you mean?
different vibes of Brighton for sure. No
so?
Russians for one thing.
Yeah.
Well, just getting there is really interesting. You get off the highway and there's like a 5-mile strip that you essentially have to drive down, and like everyone around, it's like a big biker town. So there's all these couples on bikes, the women on the back with their poorly decided tramp stamps, like lots of butterflies and stuff like that.
Lots of Let's Go Brandon tramp stamps.
I didn't see any of those, but they were kind
Let me
of
down, Florida.
delaying traffic. So anyway, the interesting thing about Daytona Beach, I've never experienced this before. There was a prompt for parking, and I was like, okay, I'll just park in the beach parking lot. I'm not gonna go look for parking. But no, you in fact park on the beach. Like literally on the beach. They let you drive onto the beach and you just park at the end and you kind of hang out there by your car. I've never done that before. It was quite an interesting experience. In a way, I kind of liked it because it's like all your shit's right there. You don't have to carry it too far, all your beach stuff.
But how many people was it? How many cars? This seems like it could take over the whole beach.
Well, no, the thing is the cars there's one lane. It's a one-way lane for the cars at the like very end of the beach, opposite the water. I mean, and then you have to park the car up against the wall of the beach. So the cars aren't like in the way of the beach. They're all just at the very tail end of it, if that makes sense. The end that isn't the water, obviously. You're not parking by the water. Does that make sense?
I'm having trouble visualizing. Could you draw it for me?
Here's the water, right?
Okay.
Here's the sand. And then here's the end of the beach where like
the back, you mean?
The back of the beach.
Not like there's this end and this end.
No.
This end and this end.
Yeah, sure.
This is great.
It's just this the part where like if you walk any further, you're no longer on the beach, you're on mainland,
Okay.
So, and then there's like a little separator between the mainland and the beach, and you park against the separator. So you're up against the end of the beach with the car. The cars are only on that very end. They can't drive on the main beach area. You have to keep that area clear.
Okay. So what happens if there's no room to park? They just tell you to go home?
Well, they wouldn't. You could just keep driving down until you find a spot, basically. Okay. And it took a little bit to find one. And, I'm hanging out. I'm right about to go into the water. And then this is what I see. Let's see if I could load this up here.
Uh-oh.
I posted this on my socials. Now I'd like to share it here.
This is very fun. I saw this.
Oh, I thought you meant just waiting for Rob to queue up video.
Just a little bit. More fun than Holodiets with cock.
No, that's low bar.
One moment.
Is this gonna what you're about to show us? Is it gonna count as revenge porn, Rob? I don't want you going to jail.
There's no one nude. It's all of the video. What the fuck? Here we go. I'll just load it from here. Okay. I'll load it from my Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
Here it is.
Oh my god.
So just for our audio listeners, it is a truck, and it's decorated with "Honk for Trump," "Trump won," "Let's go Brandon," "Biden stole the election."
Well, there's a guy running in front of it. About to get a Tiananmen Square situation.
Yeah, he's protesting.
And he was just like, "Let's go Brandon, let's go Brandon."
Miss me yet?
There was a Trump. But my favorite thing about it was the "Honk for Trump 2020" sign, and then he edited it to put a 2 on the last 0. So "Honk for Trump 2022." But this isn't a presidential election.
Yeah, Trump's not running for anything. Yeah,
just honk for Trump at any year. It's evergreen. It doesn't have to be an election. You can just honk for Trump because you love Trump.
Sure, but I feel like the point of putting that year on there is that it's a campaign, right? Like, why have a year? Just honk.
I mean,
for Trump.
maybe the person that owns the truck doesn't realize that.
Oh,
it just thinks you just put whatever the year is.
Just like any statement, like he tells his wife, "We need bread 2022." Is that?
Yeah,
he
yeah,
just signs it with the year. It's like a check.
Timely, yeah.
Put the date on. Man, I've been writing 2021 on my bread notes all year so far. I can't get out of the habit. My grocery list, I'll say 2021.
Honestly, that made the whole trip worth it. You know, like the to Daytona Beach. The beach wasn't that great. It was all right. The water.
Did you go by yourself? Were you with someone?
Yeah. It was a little day trip I did.
Because of that, all of that stuff, you know, I mean, indicates to me you're a terrible person. But the one thing on that truck, when it says miss me yet, I have to say, just because, like, I mean, Biden winning and there's no appreciable difference. Rob and I were discussing this the other day, that the world and the country is still a hellhole. Makes me say that between two disgusting, vile shitheads, I like the one that does comedy better. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I do miss that aspect of it. Not to, in no way is that praise of Trump, but I just feel like we have
like 10% praise of Trump.
We now have the Trump that only speaks in like Washington K Street speech writing now. So it's like, give me the funny shithead.
I don't know. I thought the State of the Union was pretty funny.
All right, you know what? There were moments.
Yeah,
I will say.
Maybe it's unintentional funny, but funny is funny.
I just want this shithead war criminal that tweets at Joy Behar. You know,
give him his Twitter back.
Selfishly, not that doesn't motivate me to want to vote for Trump. I still would not break that moral line, but I just thought, you know, we're in hell anyway. We're all gonna die. There's gonna be a nuclear explosion anytime soon now. People are being kicked out of their homes. They're on the street. Let's have some comedy.
I mean, I like his Twitter account to be back. That'd be nice. Sometimes I wonder, what's Trump thinking? Like, what would Trump's take be on this? Yeah.
It's just funny. Now, again, I'm not advocating people. I advocate nobody vote for Trump or Joe Biden. I think let's
Darren's
try
all in on Kamala Harris 2024.
Well, she might be the one running, which is even. I think I'd rather have Joe Biden than Kamala Harris. But I mean, anytime she talks, it's just like.
Does she? I haven't heard her in a year and a half.
She said something the other day. Rob, jog my memory. She said something really hilarious. I think she was explaining the Ukraine situation to a radio host or something.
Yeah.
Was it Rick Dees?
Oh, is he still around? Show. Is he alive, Rick Dees?
I don't remember. Let's see if I could find this information out before somebody says Rick Dees nuts in the chat.
Too late. No.
Damn it.
I'm just kidding. I don't think anyone
He
got
is still alive, 71 years old.
They did get to say Rick Dees nuts.
Can you hear this?
No.
By the way, Dusty Rose Muffler said don't vote for Joe Budden, too.
Sure.
I would rather have Joe Budden as the president right now. Seriously. I really mean that.
Social media, you're seeing
do less damage
right now in the Ukraine. Break it down in layman's
terms
for people who don't understand what's going on and how can this directly affect the people of the United States.
So
who's this talking?
Ukraine is a country in Europe.
She was on a
Charlemagne?
radio show called The Morning Hustle, and they asked Kamala to explain the situation to break it down.
Understand what's going on and how can this directly affect the people of the United States?
So Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called
Just decided.
So
no geopolitics
basically that's
involved.
wrong.
If you're watching any level of news,
That's it. Basically, that's wrong.
And I was talking to Rob about this, and I was kind of two minds with this, because at first I was like, God, this is so condescending and pandering and thinking her audience is idiots, that she has to talk to them like kindergartners. But then I realized that might be her understanding of this is how it's like explained to her, and she's such an empty vessel.
I think it's the condescending option.
It might be a mixture. Can we say that? Like I think she received the dumbed down version of these events, and she's dumbing it down further because she has contempt for her audience.
Fair. Is there more, Rob?
That was it.
Well, I think we're a step closer to solving the situation now that happened. Thank you, Kamala.
So what do you think the two of you, I want to get your opinion here. If, as of today, let's say, if nothing else were to change, and it's a long way until 2024, but let's just, for the sake of argument, nothing changes. We're in the exact same situation. If Trump survives 2 more years of assault on his blood vessels with cholesterol and high fructose corn syrup, will he be the next president of the United States?
Probably.
Maybe. Yeah, I could see it.
I would lean, and actually
the
sports betting apps are like making him the favorite to be the next president. Right
well, between Biden doing a pretty crappy job and then lots of states electing secretaries of state and people to run the elections that are super duper Trump loyalists, that will make sure if he doesn't actually win, that they'll find a way to make him win regardless. Yeah, it's just there's a lot of elements that are going against Biden or whoever the Democrat nominee will be.
I also think a large reason why Biden won was that we have a binary system, and they convinced millions of people that Trump is so much worse for the world, so much worse. Like, you can argue, I myself would argue that Trump is worse on some things. I think Biden's worse on other things. I think if you put it on a balanced scale, it's so close that it doesn't fucking matter which one the president is. But I think they were successful in convincing people it's like this. And having 4 years of Biden now at that point, which we will have, I think that's not going to work anymore. Like they will have lived through 4 more Trump years.
Especially after we probably get a red wave in the 2022 election, and then Biden, anything he would want to do, he won't be able to.
Right.
And then they'll
now he has an excuse
saying, see, he didn't do anything.
Yeah, he has even more of an excuse to not do anything.
That's a good point. You could say, Rob, what Rob just said, that they can blame. Well, they're already blaming it on 100 different other things, but I mean, they could then say, well,
they're blaming it on Manchin,
right.
and Sienna, whatever her name
Cinema.
is.
Cinema. Wasn't that a porn star?
Sienna Miller.
Kristen Sienna. But I think, look, this is the time that, we're 2 years away. This is the time. If you don't want Biden versus Trump, if you want someone who will credibly challenge Trump from the left and not
vote Kamala Harris.
No, that's good. She's probably going to run. I can't see this guy, 82 years old, running for president again. But whatever. But if you want someone to attack, like what the Democrats did last time was just attack Trump from the right. He's not hard on Russia enough. We have to be more belligerent, all this other stuff, Tell people loudly now, form a voting block, say we're not going to vote for these motherfuckers if you give us another Joe Biden or someone from that same policy realm. Like, we're not going to do it, and then hold to that. And that's how you affect elections. That's how you do it now. Don't wait till the fucking election when you got 2 shithead racists running against each other. Do it now. We have standards. We want a left president. We want left Congress people. Do it now, and then you can.
But what does it mean? Do it now. What does that look like? What is the inaction? What is that?
Join organizations that reject third parties. Build up third parties so that they're viable instead of being ridiculed, shitty, marginalized nothingness. Donate money and time to building to groups that oppose Democrats from the left. Then you put pressure on them. Then you say, if they run Pete Buttigieg or whoever the fuck, people are gonna reject them. So you think like in the past when we've had good presidents, you think FDR was like just such a nice guy? He did the New Deal. It's because we had a strong left and unions in this country, and they said, look, motherfucker, we're going to make your life miserable as a president. We're going to make you a one-term president if you don't help people. And he said, okay. And he caved and he did all this stuff. He was this fucking capitalist just like the rest of them, but he was afraid of not getting elected again.
He was in a wheelchair, so he couldn't really defend himself that well.
He couldn't run. Yeah. Well, he had wheels.
Yeah. He was too busy fucking his cousin.
Speculum Fight says, when the left has a candidate and a chance to win, the Democratic establishment stops them. That's correct, but they stop them because too many people cave and they go, well, I don't want Trump, which is a reasonable instinct because Trump is a massive racist piece of shit. But you got to fight that, and you got to say, look, we are no better off even when Trump lost. So what are we doing this for? What are we afraid of? Why are we shitting our pants? Oppose it now. Oppose both of these shitheads now. Right?
I feel like that process takes way more than 2 years, though.
I mean, if you do it and lose, at least people saw that you fought. It's like Bernie Sanders. You try for Medicare for all. People see you fighting, and that's good. But then you cave and you surrender and you support the shithead that cheated you. You lose that support. So you got to.
But you maintain a seat at the table that wouldn't be there for you if you did the other thing. It would be what he responds with.
I understand that. I know you're not necessarily making that argument, but what did the seat at the table get us? Do we have we have Medicare for all? Look around at the world. How are we better off now than when Trump was president? And Trump was an incredibly shitty president, and the bar has not moved.
I guess you could say we're not worse off.
I think, like I said before the election, and I hold to this, I think Trump would be worse for certain things. Gay rights, trans rights, stuff like that. And I think Biden's way worse on other things. Foreign policy. What are we looking at right now? This shit. He's a fucking like Washington ideologue. These people want the United States to be a dominant country around the world. And they do all these aggro-psychotic things while Trump is, like I said, tweeting at Joy Behar. He's a distraction. He signs whatever the military wants that they shove under his
how
nose.
would the Ukraine thing be different right now if Trump was president?
I don't think Trump would be banging the drum trying to get Ukraine into NATO. Trump wanted to disband NATO. Trump wanted to get rid of NATO. I think that's a.
But is part of that because he knew it would be beneficial to Putin?
I don't know. I think all that's innuendo. I don't think that's like the same 4 years of Russiagate. I have no idea. But I do know that NATO sucks, and I think trying to disband it is good, even if Trump's reasons for it are because he's
don't
a narcissistic
don't let Alex Skolnick hear you saying that. He'll put out a song.
Well, I would join him if his message is fuck Trump or Trump sucks. I'm all in on that. I think some of his reasons are ridiculous. Like a lot of that stuff is attacking Trump from the right, which is where the Democrats have sort of like charged to the right since the last 4 to 10 years. So I think they're positioned to the right of Trump on a lot of this stuff, and it's really scary. We have two choices, and it's like Hawk and Hawkier.
I like that movie.
Carrie
was really good as Hawkier.
Yeah, but Kurt Russell is just too old to be doing these things. He should really stop.
Well, if we could transition from
national
politics to local politics.
Mindy Mayer.
No. There's a big drama happening in South Brooklyn, and it has to do with potatoes. Sid's wearing the hat, Roland Roaster. It's like a lovely eatery that we all enjoy. Imagine an Arby's that's good. That's a Roland Roaster. And we really liked it. And one of my favorite things, other than the roast beef at Roland Roaster, were their chip fries. Like they would have fries that would be kind of like in like chip form, you know.
They're
and-
UK style.
Cottage fries.
UK style. Yeah, cottage fries. Exactly.
And they were very delicious. And the big drama now is that they changed their fries. What?
This
How
has become
dare
a
they?
news story in New York.
Oh,
And that was
huge
it.
story. Not even exaggerating. Sid is not exaggerating. It is a big story. People
It's a
are very
big story. Let's watch this important news update.
And for our last stop, let's head to a landmark fast food restaurant in Brooklyn, where regulars are noticing a change to the menu that they are not happy about.
You're damn right.
The fries now being served at Roll and Roaster in Sheepshead Bay are being touted as crispier than the cottage fries that had been on the menu for 50 years. Regulars like Michael Quinn have even petitioned for the company to bring back the original product.
Gives a fuck.
I prefer the cottage fries. You know, it's I like to preserve the culinary heritage of New York
Yeah.
City.
The staff tells New York One its classic fries are currently off the menu because the specific potatoes that are needed did not grow properly last year due to warmer than usual temperatures in the Northwest.
Fucking climate change, man.
Customers seem to be at least interested in trying these new fries. Workers say 14,000 orders were sold in its first week.
We don't know what that means. That could be
Yes, that could.
half of what it was before.
Yeah.
This place, but our TD Amanda Mercado, she was so upset. Amanda, are you still mad?
No.
Liar.
Oh, but I like those fries. They're simple.
I agree.
I have never seen. I watch this channel all the fucking time. I have never seen them take the camera into the fucking control room to get one of the producers' opinions on a story until this.
I mean,
That's
this is
how
a
big the story is.
This is a very important story. It's like the Donbass of fries. Jesus Christ, to be like, and when this story came out before, it was like done to death. The three of us had the same reaction. Like, that sucks. Those fries are really good. But you know what happened next? I got over it in 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Have
I'm
any of us
not
been?
going to run a protest.
Have any of us been to Roll and Roaster since this happened? I have not.
No.
And I don't plan on it. They
See,
will
here's
not
the
be getting
thing.
my money.
Last
It's
time
a-
I was
it-
there, they had the round fries still.
Same, and it's a conundrum for me because I am curious. I wanna try these new fries to confirm in my mind my prejudice that these fries suck and they need to go back to the old ones. But by going there and buying the fries, my money is telling Roll and Roaster that yes, I support the new fries because now I become part of that 14,000 orders. So like, what do I do? They
Yeah.
should give free samples.
That's a good point.
So I could be like, no, this free French fry is garbage. Fuck you, Roll and Roaster. Like,
Sid, you would go to take the free sample and double dip into the sauce.
oh, they
Just to
better
get-
give me free cheese with that.
Oh, a
fucking
free
fry.
sample of cheese too. You know what the cheese is like. You don't need a sample. Fuck out.
But I need the combination to fully judge.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get the sense that they only did this because of the supply. Like, they don't want to change the fries.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, the other argument is like, just cut up the fucking fries in a circle. Like, why can't they? What they're doing in reality is they're ordering these fries pre-made, and the place that they got them from, they're not delivering here anymore.
And like, are you telling me there's only one place in the world that makes this potato?
Yeah,
That's
it's not that they're
impossible.
lying. It's not the fucking potato. If you
Call
could
up
buy-
Ireland.
You can buy any fucking potato. Buy a potato in the grocery store and cut it up into circle. Pay some kid to fucking cut them up in a circle. But then that costs too much money, so they're buying a pre-cut thing, and they can't get that anymore. So they got what they could get. It's ridiculous.
And like for me, what I used to always do is I'd alternate my side when I'd go there. Because like my order is always either the grilled chicken sandwich or the roast beef sandwich, and then either the mozzarella sticks or the cheese fries. And I try to go every time I go. It's the opposite of what it was last time. And so if they're taking the cheese fries option away from me, then I'm forced to get mozzarella sticks every time, and I'm going to die a lot sooner.
Wow.
That's just they're killing Sid.
I love your method that you have like a genetic Punnett square of like that you have 4 choices. You could do 2 things and 2 sides each, and then it's like a
Once in a while, instead of the sandwich, I do the chicken tenders.
oh. Yeah, the chicken. You know what they have now is a chicken sandwich, which is not.
It's just chicken tenders in a bun.
Chicken tenders in a bun, but it's perfect like balance of bun and chicken. Oh, it's so good.
And their buns are fantastic. Like if they somehow supply chain issues or climate change fucked up their sandwich buns, then that's the end.
I think the reaction to this is just a perfect storm because it's in a part of Brooklyn that hasn't changed in 45 years.
Yes.
And they're just everything has to be the same forever.
Yeah.
And that's the type of person that patronizes Roll & Roaster.
Mm-hmm.
So they're extra mad that the fries are not round anymore. Like it's fucking like my reaction at first, like we said, we all had the same reaction. I was like, that kind of sucks. But I'm gonna try it, maybe it's better. Who the fuck like does the fact that it's round really matter that much to you? Seriously. Anthony.
I like that they cut to that guy and his take. I prefer the old way. And that's it. That's the whole clip. He doesn't have like a petition in hand with signatures or research. Just like, no, I liked it the other way.
Yeah.
Thank you, news crew, for showing up so I could tell you that just liked it the old way.
And then they cut back to studio. The guy's like,
like they were hoping this would be like some crazy MAGA dude who's saying problematic shit about these fries, but just liked it the old way.
They go back. Oh, let's go to our control room. You like the fries, right? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. They were better. Probably.
And the tragic thing is, like, they can't even do an A/B taste test anymore because those old fries are just gone, cease to exist. I want to cut to like some dude from fucking Gravesend who's got like the old Roll & Roaster fries in his freezer. He's been saving them, and now he's gonna like auction them off to the highest bidder. It's the last known cottage fries from Roll & Roaster.
Get a lot of bidders there.
Yeah.
In that area. Just
a little stale though.
Yeah,
You
they
gotta
can't
refry them.
I feel like you can't. They're probably frozen when they get them anyway.
Amanda. Maybe it'll change back later. All right, Ron.
But you would, if they were any kind of journalistic outfit, they'd go find the company that sold them the fries and say, "Why'd you stop doing this?" And then maybe get the fries, go send some jerk off to the company where they sell the fries, get some of them and bring them back and like do a taste test. Nope.
Yeah.
5-minute puff piece.
There's an opportunity here. Somebody's got to be able to make these fries. I'd pay a markup. If I got to pay an extra $1 or $2 for what I want.
Sure.
I want to point out that Hopig Destroyer in the chat says, "Oh my God, these people are still alive. Ha ha ha. I feel old. Haven't been listening for 4 years now. This is Amzig."
I agree that it's Amzig. Now
We
let
are
us
alive.
Explain to you what Is Anyone Up is all about.
I agree also that we're alive.
Yeah.
Barely. Although, we may all be in the same boat, young and old, if a nuclear flash happens over our country.
I mean, also, this is going to be online forever. So by the time someone's watching this, we might all be dead. You don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
they're bombing nuclear plants right now. So
if we're dead, we'll still have our RIP Livecast music break for you to enjoy for over 21 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Every week, we each pick a song and add it to this playlist. This playlist is now 319 songs. So lots of good stuff. You can check it on Spotify. Just search RIP Livecast music break. And the song that I picked this week is from Gary Newman. I've really been getting into him a lot over the last few months. And on my trip, I've been listening to him a lot, especially the album The Pleasure Principle. I'm blown away by this
that with
album.
Janet Jackson, right?
I don't think so.
No.
And I'm actually going to go see him when I'm back in New York because he's on tour now and he's playing a few songs from this. So I'm really excited to see Newman in the flesh. Say hello, Newman.
Hello. I could make the same fucking joke.
But the song that I picked when I first heard it, it's called M.E.
Your favorite edition of Windows, right?
That's part of the reason. But the other thing is the intro. I feel like so many bands ripped off this, I don't know, chord progression, whatever you want to call it, like this part. So it's a very influential song. So that's why I picked it. Darren, what did you pick?
I played Get It Together by the Beastie Boys featuring Q-Tip, which is a great song from Ill Communication, 1994. and it's sort of like freestyle-y vibe. I don't know if it's actual freestyle or you know what, but it's very nice, laid back, kind of cool. That whole album is just very chill, you know, like a lot of they have a different style on every album, so it's very distinct direction that they go on every album. But that was just like sort of a, like smoke weed and just chill and stuff off the dome, and a lot of Buddhist, peaceful Zen stuff on that album. A lot of musical interludes, like instrumentals, and Beastie Boys playing instruments, which was the second album on which they did that stuff. It's like peak Buddhist Beastie Boys. It's very good.
I'm into it.
And Q-Tip is great on it. He's great on everything.
Yes.
Sid.
My local punk rock city councilman, Justin Brannon, was tweeting this morning about how important music programs in public schools are, and how the 3 trusty chords that he learned in junior high school enabled him to tour around the world. So I took that and I was like, oh, I'm not going to play one of your songs, but Trusty Chords is my favorite Hot Water Music song. So I'll pick the song Trusty Chords by Hot Water Music because they're great. And I think they're actually touring soon. I don't think I'll be going to see them. I saw them on their last tour though. So yeah, Hot Water Music, great band from Florida.
Very cool.
Maybe you'll see them next time you're at the beach, Rob. Maybe they'll be at the pay-per-view.
Hopefully. I'll let you know about it. All right. And then also I want to mention our Patreon. For $5 a month, you get access to 2 bonus episodes a month. And you get a few columns from Sid and some other fun stuff.
I tell you what TV shows to watch.
So
that's a useful thing, because a lot of people in our Discord have said they use that to figure out. It's very overwhelming. I'd say even myself, who I consider myself a connoisseur of television, and sometimes it's overwhelming to figure out what to watch next. So it's good to have a resource.
I try to help the people, especially now I have almost every fucking streaming app there is, so I cover almost all of the bases that can be covered.
So we just posted a brand new bonus episode. I really enjoyed recording this one. We did a watch along of the first decline of Western civilization. It's about LA hardcore and punk bands. It was really, really fascinating to see the scene in the early 80s. I love Penelope Spheris, and it's a rare documentary that we all enjoyed, that we liked watching. So it was a fun watch. And last month, we did a watch along of Judge Steve Harvey, which was brutal. He has a new judge show on ABC, and we watched it and we riffed on it. And we also did a watch along of the Kelsey Grammer, Adam Edge Copeland vehicle, Money Plane.
Vehicle, literally a vehicle. Well, in the movie, it's a vehicle. They're pretending someone's living room is a plane, so I don't know if that counts.
Tons of great episodes in the archives. We have roundtable discussions about movies like Uncut Gems, The Matrix, some Hulk Hogan movies. There's a ton of stuff in there. We make fun of Mike Francesa a lot. We have a bunch of episodes.
Hall of Fame episodes, some drafts.
About the Livecast Hall of Fame, where we induct classic memes.
Tag team. We never mentioned that one. Jesse Ventura and Roddy Piper in a TV show pilot.
TV pilot.
Jesse Ventura is very concerned about protecting grapes in the supermarket.
That's patreon.com/RIP Alivecast. And if you would like to support us but don't necessarily have $5 a month, you could always add us on socials. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, and we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch. Check out our Twitch channel. We now stream the video live to Twitch every week. So that's fun. Oh, we actually have a few emails in. So here's one from Bobby. Dear
You
Darren,
haven't pre-screened these. These are.
I haven't.
Okay, so
He's reading one sentence ahead, so he'll know when to stop.
I just wanted to thank you for having people be aware of the genius of Weird Al by including both his style parodies as well as his song parodies. I've actually been a fan of both equally and did some research online to notice that no one's done a deep dive on the genius that is Weird Al. Therefore, I was wondering if you would be interested in collaborating in a limited series podcast where we chronologically go over his repertoire and deep dives on some of the style parodies. It would work similarly to Behind the Music back in the day, but with all the additional details we can provide as planned. I have a formalized timeline, but I wanted to connect with you to gauge your availability before overwhelming you with details. Looks like Bobby is serious about this, Taryn.
Sure. I love Weird Al. Consider myself a Weird Al historian. I discovered Weird Al probably, I think, when I was 7 or 8. I mean, and he was sort of like a struggling artist then, and then right before he hit big with Eat It, I guess. So I love Weird Al. And Weird Al's definitely, I mean, unequivocally my favorite artist of all time. Musical artist.
And then we have Christiana saying, our friend Christiana from Europe, contacting you, right? Yes. Contacting you relating to the last episode where you did Thrasher Trasher, where you talked about that there should exist new blood in the black metal industry. Actually, there's a ton of amazing new black metal bands that starting popping up after 2010, like a lot. At least in Europe, it's still a big movement and the genre evolved in a positive way. I actually prefer more of the new black metal, even though it's called post-black metal, than the old school stuff. Oh no, I'm not a true now. Here's some of the amazing bands that you might know or not. I doubt Sid and Darren know any of them since they got stuck in time and listened to the same bands over and over again. Haha. It's Harakiri for the Sky, Uada. I like Uada. Gayaria, Mole.
Gayaria?
Migala is really good.
You're not allowed to say that word, Rob.
That sounds like a racial slur in like Yiddish.
It does.
There's a lot of one-man bands as well, actually, just a guy in their basement creating music. In this category, I love Afsky, Violent Cold.
Ask me.
The fucking union that works for you. We're making sure your kids don't listen to punk from the fucking water fountain.
She also shouts out some Ukrainian bands, 1914, White Ward, and Druch. Here's my 2 cents on the subject. Black metal's not dead, it's alive and growling well. And then she included a link for a Thrasher Trasher that we could do next time, a silly black metal band. So thank you, Christiana.
What does the druch mean in Ukrainian or Russian?
I don't know. Drug is friends. I don't know what that. Alrighty. So
I want to
that's
say
that.
one thing. We're talking about what to watch on television, and I'm wearing my Columbo shirt today. So everyone, if you haven't discovered Columbo, probably it will easily in my top 3 shows of all time, and maybe number 1. So watch Columbo. It's everywhere. It's on every streaming service. It's on reruns on television, on every old person channel. It's fantastic. Watch Columbo.
What about the
I
yogurt?
did also want to mention I was in San Diego and I had a lot of amazing food, Darren. I don't know what you're talking about with the lack of amazing food. I had great sushi, great Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
How much food did you eat exactly? Maybe it was just the area you were.
I ate nonstop on this trip,
I don't
as
know.
I always do. No, I could 100% chalk it up to maybe I had bad experiences and stuff, but
yeah.
I think I made good selections. I'm very thorough.
I don't know. Quite a general statement. You didn't eat. San Diego's a big town.
No, I went 8 years ago, so maybe they've reformed their culinary industry.
We also have our top livecast fans of the week.
Mm-hmm. Dusty Rhodes muffler, is it on the cock? Yes, Columbo is on the cock, aka Peacock. Sorry, I just wanted to put a bow on that.
And I have to just a little bit of house cleaning. Last week, RIP stood for Russia invades places. This week, it stands for Rob implies partisanship in regards to how he thinks Darren feels about San Diego food. So there we go. Just wanted to make sure that was covered, because when I forget to say what RIP stands for, I realize it like a couple hours after we end the episode, and I fucking hate myself for the next 2 days, even though I'm literally the only person who cares.
Really inconsistent paella.
Oh, wow. Did you have any paella, Rob, while you were there? See?
No.
That's on you.
That's fair. So we have our top Livecast fans of the week. To become a top Livecast fan, it's on our Patreon. It's the $10 tier. You get everything in the $5 tier. Plus, you get a shout out at the end of the show. How should we do the shout outs?
I don't know. I'm at a loss. I just loved last week's one. It was so the Masha, the chatterbait girl dodging
right.
Russian tanks.
I hope she's in Moldova now. Safe in Moldova.
Safe with her sex toys.
She's enrolled over.
Rob, how about this? You're going to do the shout outs as if you're Joe Francis trying to convince these guys to take their shirts off.
I don't know.
Come on.
All right. Come on, Eric. Why not? It's for a little money. Benjamin, look, Benjamin's doing it. El Duderino, you want to take your shirt off? Make a little money? Make a little... Dan R. R stands for ridiculous. Take it off. Take it off. Sam, I am sure you should take off your shirt. Mindy Mayer's kippa, that's not going to cover your boobs. Move the kippa. Jander, you want to make some money, Jander? You want to just stand there? Get out of here. Robin Ganoush, a.k.a. Justin. Look at that rack. The world needs to see that rack.
Yeah, baby.
Shasur Susits. I want to suck on those Susits. Am I right? Take it off. Cattle decaf. Nothing decaf about those tatas, baby. Let's see.
Can I just pause real quick? You actually met Shasur Shasusits, so did you want to suck on his Shasusits?
Oh, that's right. I did meet him in L.A. No, I did not want to suck on him.
Oh, what's wrong with his Massachusetts?
I just feel it would be inappropriate to do it outside of a concert venue.
Oh, we didn't say you did it, just whether you wanted to.
I did not have a desire to at the time.
Comma zero.
Rob of Vampiro. Vampiros have nice titties. Let's see them. Hugo likes tacos. We can't show the tacos, but we could show the breasties. Lando Danks. That's some dank titties. That's
my titties.
Thank you.
That's my titties, baby.
Have a LaCroix. Move that LaCroix over. Show them boobies. What is... why do I keep playing audio here?
We don't hear
You guys
it.
hear this audio?
No.
That's just me. Corey and Scott H., you are underage, so you're wonderful people, and I will not make any jokes about you. Doug Pigman, you are a pig man for wanting to show those tits. Douglas, who are you?
Tits.
Douglas, who are you? Levison, who are you if you don't show your tits? And hey, guys, show your tits. It's Josh. That's our show. Thank you for tuning in. We will be back next week. Till then, tatas.
Love you. Bye.